Hello everyone and welcome to another UFC review. Let me sort this camera out. There we go. This time it is for UFC Fight Night Bermudez versus the Korean Zombie at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. The return of the Zombie after a 3.5-year layoff since his featherweight title fight in August 2013. It has been that long, so glad to see him back. But first we gotta get the fights out of the way, so let's get the Fight Pass one out of the way because I was able to watch one. And it was Khalil Rountree against something Jolly? Was it? Yeah, Daniel Jolly. And Rountree won in 52 seconds by knockout. The fight up until that point was... It was fairly even. Rountree was landing more. Then Jolly went for a takedown. And great discipline from Rountree how he landed the knee. Because, he had to make sure that not only were Jolly's knees not on the ground, but he had to make sure his hand wasn't as well in that position. Because if you land knees on someone while the hand is down on the ground, despite the fact that it should make no difference at all, it does. It's a really dumb rule and I hate it, and so does everyone else. Anyway, yeah, he waited and landed a knee to the head and pretty much knocked him out with that. Then landed a second knee, which was to the chest, although that was kind of difficult to see at first, but it was clear the second was to the chest, so that was perfectly legal. And that at that point, Jolly's knees were on the ground, but knees to the chest and body, while knees are on the ground, are illegal. Knees to the head are not. So, yeah, really good performance from Rountree. Really looking forward to seeing how well he does in the future. He's making a decent impact ever since the Ultimate Fighter because, yeah, he might have lost, but he's doing really well for himself since then. So, yeah, really good, really good performance from him. First of all, on the main prelim card, we had a catchweight fight of Tisha Torres against Beck Rawlings, with Rawlings coming in a pound and a half overweight, past the limit. Pardon me. And as much as I like Rawlings, because I just do, I think she's awesome. She's one of those fighters, every time I see her, she just loses. I mean, this is 2 losses in a row for her now in the UFC. By decision, and Torres obviously, didn't skip out on anything. She landed really good combat, she was a lot quicker. Really good kicks, really good takedowns as well. She landed a few of those. Beck Rawlings really wasn't able to mount much. And there was a weird moment in the third round where she flipped off the crowd for no reason because the crowd weren't booing or anything. I don't know why she did that. I mean, there was really no reason for it. She was just like standing there fighting the crowd, and then it was like, why? They've done nothing. Not fighting the crowd, fighting Torres. Yeah, really good win for Torres. She's a fighter I always enjoy watching. I did want Beck to win a bit more because I feel like she needs it more. Hopefully she can bounce back, and obviously Torres really doing well climbing up the rankings of the strawweight division. So, yeah, really good showing from her. Rawlings needs to step it up, I think. Next up was somewhat of an upset as Ricardo Ramos took on Michinori Tanaka. Weird name pronunciation all about the place, and Ramos, despite being kind of a newcomer, won. I've seen Tanaka fight a couple of times before, and he's done really well for himself, and he was able to take down Ramos in the first round, meaning that in every fight that Tanaka's been in, he's taken down his opponents, which is a really impressive feat, I think. But even then, that wasn't enough. I believe Ramos, which it sounds like I'm saying hummus, Ramos. Yeah, I believe Ramos landed a really good right on Tanaka, and I think it was a slip, but he might have knocked him down genuinely. The rest of the fight was fairly even, but Ramos was landing a bit more, and he got a really well-deserved win despite being a debutant, if you will. And I believe he's one of the guys that Dana White found on looking for a fight. I think it was this guy, so it's always interesting to see that. Really good show from him. Tanaka, he doesn't have to worry about bouncing back. He's got a solid record in the UFC already. He can take a loss at this point, I think. But I do like him, and I do want to see him get back to his winning ways, so let's move on. Next up is one I kind of was not expecting. I really should look more at the undercards before watching the event. So, Chaz Skelly against Chris Grismacher, who I hadn't seen in well over a year since his stint on the Ultimate Fighter season 20. Hang on, I'm doing some maths in my head. So 14, 16, 22. Season 22. It took me a while to count them out. Season 22. Wow. And he lost. Chas Skelly won by rear naked choke in round 2. It was a decent fight, to be honest. And also Grissmacher, like anyone who knows him knows he's normally known for his long hair. He had it cut and actually donated it to a charity called Wigs for Kids, which I thought was pretty cool, even though it was weird seeing him with short hair. I remember looking at it, I was like, oh, it suits him, but it's kind of strange. Yeah, I'm used to seeing him with like the long curly hair, like sort of a Jesus thing going on, you know? But yeah, Grissmacher lost by second round, rear naked choke about 2 minutes in. After Skelly had gone for that submission initially in the first round. And that was an interesting moment in round 2, because Skelly managed to take Grissmacher down, but Grissmacher was in a good position while he was going back, and he did manage to land elbows like that. And the referee was warning him for those, despite the fact that those elbows are illegal. Those aren't. If Chris was doing those, I could understand what the referee was telling him about it, but no. That's illegal. The referee should not have been calling that. Also, it looks like I'm doing this to look from Power Rangers SPD. Yeah, that's basically what he was doing, you know? He was Chris was doing that. That's legal. If he was doing that, which sounds like I'm telling a train or a fucking truck to go, you know, if Grissmacher was doing that. What is this video? Yeah, if he was doing that, then yeah, he would have been. I would understand the warning by the ref, but the ref warned him for something that was completely illegal. Why? Yeah, anyway, I've seen Grissmacher get back to some winning ways, and Chas Skelly was really impressive. Really good rear naked choke bench. Sorry, I had something in my throat. So, yeah, good, decent fight. And then we get to the final fight on the prelim card, and probably the grossest finish. Curtis Blades against Adam Milstead. First round was pretty much all Blades. You know, he took him down several times, lots of German suplexes to the point where I even started saying Suplex City. Suplex City, bitch. You know, that stuff. And there was a moment where he had a takedown done, and Curtis Blades is a way bigger dude than Milstead is. Weighs a lot more, he's a lot taller. And there was a moment where he had his back and went for a takedown, and Milstead's knee buckled. Sorry, I had to jump my back. Still got one. Yeah, Milstead's knee buckled, and you could see him wincing in pain. And between rounds, like the commentators, which are Brian Stan and John Anik, because it's Fight Night, they were saying that the corner should have stopped it. I was in full agreement. Like, he did not look well, and when he stood up again after all the takedowns were done, he was shaking his right leg something fierce. His left knee was damaged as well, but his right knee definitely suffered the brunt of it. But, you know, the corner didn't stop it, so round 2 starts. Blades goes for another takedown, and this time, you know, Milstead screams, holds out his leg, and taps. Verbal submission because of how much pain he's in, and the referee stops it. And the finish was kind of disgusting, because when Blades has Milstead against the cage, and he goes to take him down, and you can actually see the joints in Milstead's leg, in his knee, dislocate from one another. You could see the bones moving around inside of his knee, and it was kind of disgusting. Think of Anderson Silva when he tried leg kicking Chris Weidman in their second fight and losing because of that. Think of that, but with the knee and buckling under some serious pressure. That was honestly kind of disgusting. It's a grim reminder that the UFC, despite how fun it can be, it's a really fucking gruesome sport from time to time. And literally seeing his knee just, like, you know, imagine this is his knee. Imagine, and, you know, Blade's taking it down, and it does this. Basically, that's what happens. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. So let's just move on to the main card before I throw up. First fight on the main card, Jessica Andrade against Angela Hill. Holy balls, what an amazing fight. Angela Hill hasn't fought in a while. Well, that's not true. She has fought in the UFC in a while because she kept losing. Then she went to Invicta, which is pretty much the place for female fighters, and became the strawweight champion. And has like a 4-fight undefeated streak over in Invicta, which is a really, really good accolade. Mostly for female fighters, because Invicta is the female fighter organization right now. It's the biggest one. She didn't do too well in this fight, but she was able to keep going, and was able to tank Andrade's shots surprisingly well. considering how powerful Andrade can be and how good the combos are. Like the first round was pretty much all Andrade, but second round and third round they mixed up really, really well. There was a moment near the end of the third round where they were just swinging for the fences at each other, which is always fun to see. It's rare to see it with female fighters and female fights, though, but it's always cool when it does happen, regardless of gender. So, yeah, it was really good. It was a really good fight. Definitely does deserve Fight of the Night. Could be a possible slot in my top 10 fights of the year, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of early going still in the year, but it was impressive. It was fun to see. Andrade got a good win. Angela Hill, much like Beck Rawlings, every time I've seen Angela Hill fight in the UFC, she's always lost. So, yeah. But I do like Hill. I like Andrade that bit more, but I do like Hill. So, hopefully she comes back from this, and Andrade just climbs up the rankings a bit more. She deserves a title shot soon, I think. I like her a lot. Next up was Marcel Fortuna against Anthony Hamilton. Again, a fighter that, whenever I see him, Hamilton, whenever I see him, he always loses. He lost last time when he fought Francis Ngannou and got knocked out. He lost this time when he got knocked out again. And Marcel Fortuna got a good performance of the night bonus from it. 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the very first round. It was pretty much all Fortuna, you know. He managed to land a lot of strikes, really good combos. Hamilton was rushing in too much. And Fortuna just landed this really good right hand and managed to knock Hamilton down. And he was able to recover from that because it was kind of slip. And then there was a moment later on in the fight when he won, where he just landed a good right. And pardon me. And it hit Hamilton, and he crashed headfirst onto the canvas, and his entire body just sort of like went. It didn't make that hiccup noise. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, but it just sort of wobbled. Then his head crashed right onto the mat, and it was like, ooh, damn! I gotta watch out for Fortuna. The dude's tough. So, really good performance from him. He got performance of the night for it. One of the two to get performance of the night, but we will get to that. We will get to that other one. Believe me, just you wait. It's awesome. So yeah, really good showing for him. Hamilton needs to step it up a bit. He hasn't been impressing me. Like I said, every time I've seen him fight, he's lost. Every time I've seen Angela Hill fight, she's lost. Every time I've seen Beck Rawlings fight, she's lost as well. So, yeah. Moving on. Next up was kind of an upset as Open St. Preux took on a newcomer named Volkan Ozdemir from Switzerland. Ozdemir won by split decision, and this fight was probably my least favourite on the card. The first round was actually pretty good, and Ozdemir was showing some really good wrestling and really good striking, especially with these leg kicks. He was landing outside leg kicks to Open St. Preux's inside leg, because St. Preux was a southpaw, and Ozdemir fights orthodox, and he was using his right leg to kick St. Preux's right leg, which is very difficult to do from those positions. And he managed to land it quite a lot of times, obviously landed some head kicks, landed some good combos. Round 2, the action kind of dipped. Round 3, it didn't really pick up again until the end. So I don't remember much of the fight besides the fact that it was boring. And over to St. Preux, his star has kind of fallen for me, I think. Like, he's still good whenever I do see him, but there is occasions where he can be bad as well, and this is one of those occasions. He was not really on that much. He did try, especially in third round, because he did land some good combos. But Ozdemir just landed a little bit better and a little bit more. So, yeah, he definitely deserves the win, and not bad for a debut from him either. Really good, impressive debuts, all of one. So, really good show from him. I do hope that Open St. Preux recovers and gets his head together. He kind of needs to. Next up was James Vick against Abel O'Neill. Abel Killer Trujillo. It was a fairly interesting fight, to be honest. James Vick won in the third round by submission with a DOS choke. Was it a DOS? I see the phrase Bravo choke, but it basically is just a DOS choke, so I'm calling it a DOS choke. So, yeah. Anyway, first round was fairly even. Trujillo's 5'8" and Vick's 6'3", and they're both lightweights, so it was kind of like this. And Trujillo was moving a lot quicker. So, yeah, I don't remember a whole lot about this fight either, but Vick did a good job. And obviously, if he managed to get the finish, he was close to getting the second round. Remember that he was close to getting submission in the second round. Didn't quite get it, but he did manage to, did manage to lock it in the third round and get the chest pressure correct to sink in the choke, and Killer was forced to tap. So, it was a decent enough fight. Like I said, I don't remember a lot of it, but Vic won, which is cool. Trujillo, like he doesn't have to worry about much. Like I enjoy seeing him fight. Most of the time, I've seen him fight, he's won. So. Next up is the co-main event between Alexa Grasso and Felice Herrig, and Herrig pretty much wiped the floor with Grasso, which is surprising because the last time I saw Grasso and I did a review, she actually kicked a lot of ass in that fight. She didn't do so well in this one. She relied too much on her own striking, I think, and Torres was just able to land a lot more. Threw a lot of good takedowns, landed a lot of those takedowns. I don't know why. Takedowns. She did a good job. She managed to counter with a really good right hand that she kept landing like from round 2 onwards. The first round was very even, but rounds 2 and 3 were definitely Herrick's, so no question about that. Really good clinch work as well. So yeah, we're just going to move on to the main event. And now for the main event of the evening. I had to burp a bit, sorry. Dennis Bermudez against the returning Korean zombie Sung Jung, and Sung Jung won by knockout in the first round. What a comeback! The fight was actually pretty good for as long as it lasted. Wasn't Fight of the Night worthy. Obviously, that goes to Andrade and Hill. That was a good fight, but it was decent while it was going. And if it had gone to full 5, I think it would have won Fight of the Night because this was my pick for Fight of the Night before actually watching the event. Bermudez landed a really good flush right on Jung, and almost, it didn't knock him down, but it was a really powerful strike, and it did wobble Jung. And then they start getting into a scrap on the inside, and Jung lands a great uppercut and knocks out Bermudez, then follows up with some strikes on the ground. Before the ref, who was Herb, stops them. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, the Korean zombie's back. I'm thinking he's back. He's John Wick, basically. People keep asking him if he's back. He hasn't really had an answer. But yeah, he's thinking he's back. I'm thinking he's back as well. So he did a really good job. Also, the other person to get performance of the fight, he was the other person to get performance of the night besides Marcel. So he did a good job. And Bermudez, much like Trujillo, doesn't really have to worry about where his place is in the UFC now. Bermudez has established himself really, really well. This was his first main event too. It kind of sucks that he lost it, but he's earned it. So it'll be interesting to see him fight again. And I hope the Korean Zombie sticks around for a bit longer this time. I mean, 3.5 years away. I forgot it was that long, to be honest. But yeah, what can you do? Anyway, this is my review of UFC Fight Night Bermudez against the Korean Zombie. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I'll see you next week for, I think it's UFC 208. Yes, UFC 208, Holly Holm against Jermaine Durandamy to determine the first ever women's featherweight champion. That's going to be an interesting fight. And then I'll see you after that for my next episode of Backtracking. Well, it's a two-parter, which will be Converge. It's not a two-parter that's going to be Converged. The band is named Converge and they have 8 albums out, so I'm doing 2 parts. Each part covering 4 albums. That makes 8. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you all next week. So, take care, and bye-bye. And stay classy.